foolish, maybe I'm blind. So looking to do this, see what's behind. No way to prove it, maybe I'm blind. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Look in the mirror, what do you see? Is it clearer? Are you deceived? What you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Well, some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heaven above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't mess with your opinion, don't mess with a lie. Lacking forgiveness, making you cry. Making you cry. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Well, some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heaven above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. I'm no prophet of Messiah. Should've gone looking somewhere higher. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. And I'm only human, I do what I can. I'm just a man, I do what I can. Don't put your blame on me. And I'm only human, I do what I can. I'm just a man, I do what I can. Don't put your blame on me. Put your blame on me. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening from. My name is JP. Hi. Welcome to this spooky Tuesday Tunes. I'm going to be playing a couple of songs, and then I may show you how I do it as well. So beneath me is the looper. And we're going to be playing a couple of songs. One I have never, ever played before. And we'll see what happens, basically. We'll see what happens with that. So, before we get going, this live stream is sponsored. It's sponsored by our friends over at DistroKid. Ooh, that's nice. DistroKid is a music distribution company. So if you want to get your music out there, you can do. You need to send it to a music distribution company, so DistroKid can help you. So, normally, you have to pay for every release with other distributors. With DistroKid, you don't do that. They charge you one price per year, which starts at $22.99 with that QR code over there. It's also that one, and that one's going to stay there for the entirety. You get 7% off your first annual membership with them. So thank you very much to DistroKid for the sponsorship, and also thank you to ReStream for this really spooky text. It's quite cool. There we go. Yesterday, I just announced. Let me just change this. Hang on a second. Doot. Doodly. There we go. Hi. So yesterday, I just announced my loop pedal workshop, which is 3 days live. So if you want to join us for 3 days live, you can do. The Loop Pedal Workshop is $49, and it's a 3-day live event online that you can basically join me and learn how to do looping. So if you're interested in that, selfish plug, then over there, just a QR code. And then that is going to be the end of November, 27th, 28th, and 29th of November. And there are 2 different time zones. So basically, you can choose which one you want to do. It's going to be the same session session each day, and then that way you get. If you can't make the session, then you're going to get all the repeats live. But of course, come to it live, because that way you can ask your questions. So that's my little plugs. There we go. And let's put the chat back up. There we go. So hi, hope everyone's all right. I'm still fighting this cough, but we will fight on regardless, because why not? And I am just having a look at that. There we go. Right, so let's put this back so you guys can see the looper as well. There we go. If you do have any questions, obviously pop them in the chat, which is just here. This is a super chat, by the way. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on X, Twitter, then if you put your messages in there, then it'll come up and you'll be able to see each other's, which is quite cool. So I'm going to leave it like that. With my lovely pumpkin background, it's courtesy of ReStream. Thank you very much. And we're just obviously picking a couple of songs out, spooky tunes, as I said before. So let's just grab. Apparently this is a spooky tune, and I didn't realise this. So I just like playing it. So there we go. But this is a spooky tune, so enjoy. Superstition, writings on the wall. There is superstition, land's about to fall. 15-month-old baby broke that looking glass. 7 years of bad luck, good things in your past. You believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer, yeah. Superstition ain't the way. There is superstition. Wash your face and hands. Rid me of the problem. Do all that you can. Keep me in a daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't wanna save me. Sad is my song. Then you suffer, yeah. Superstition ain't the way. Superstition ain't the way. Very superstitious. Nothing more to say. Very superstitious. Devil's on his way. 15-month-old baby broke that looking glass. 7 years of bad luck, good things in your past. You don't understand, then you suffer, yeah. Superstition ain't the way. Superstition ain't the way. Superstition ain't the way now. Superstition ain't the way. Whoo! Cheers. Great rendition. Thanks very much. That's really nice of you. Right. I don't know why I put my cup of tea on the floor. I've got a little stand here now. Oh, that's why, because it's really heavy. Yeah, I'll put it back on the floor. You know when you think, that's going to fall over. So that is Superstition by Stevie Wonder. And on Tuesday Tunes, what we do is we basically show you how I actually did that song, and then we move on to the next song. So, this guitar is in Dadgad mode, but basically it's a D, and an F, then a G, and that's pretty much it for the whole song, apart from, obviously, the little chorus bit. When you believe in things that you don't understand and you suffer, superstition ain't the way. Whereas if you believe in an A, I think it's an A, yeah, there's A sharp, A, G, A, da 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 da. And that's pretty much the whole song for the chords. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the looper. So we'll just change how this looks slightly so you can see the looper a bit better. Let me just do this and then this. There we go. So just to showcase this for you, I can't see that. Why is that gone? There it is. Right. So we've got 3 loops that we're using, and I'm using some effects, but you can duplicate these effects on the RC600, or if you've got a different kind of effect. There's not too much effects going on, really. You can hear a little bit of reverb on my voice. That's just normal. You're going to have to excuse the coughs today. So our first one is the beat. It literally is a 1-bar beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we start off doing a little bit of, and then a little bit of beatboxing while hitting the bridge of the guitar. And then you can add little hi-hats on top. I never realized that I go, boom, boom, boom. Love playing this song. Me too. It's fun. So, basically, that's kind of the beat. On loop 2, what we've got is we've got the main verse. So we've got, and then I've got my first effect on the vocals, which I'll show in a minute. Now what I've found that the less you play, the more funky it sounds. If I kind of went, it sounds really repetitive after a while, but if you just go, it gives space for the drums, so when you play them together, yeah, hope that makes sense. And then comes to our first effect. So this is on the TC Helicon at the bottom. But you can do this if you've got an RC600 or if you've got an effects processor. It's just a guitar to bass, a G to B sound, which is making my voice go an octave lower. Of course, you could play it on the guitar. You could. But I use this. And that's it. That really is it. So when you add those two together, so there we go. Now the third one is actually a radio effect. Again, you could put a radio effect directly in the RC600. I've got this already pre-set up on the TC Helicon. This actually says Feel Good Gorillas because it is from that, and there you go. That's what it sounds like. So instead of playing it, obviously I'm not playing on keys, so we're playing obviously with a guitar and a vocal. I find it quite easy to just go. I do it twice just to give a little bit of nuances. Because it's a radio effect, it just sounds like it's in a different part of the frequency. So when you add all three of these in, and when I'm playing on top, now, when we get to the very first verse, the actual very first verse of Very Superstitious Writing on the Wall, I just drop out the radio effect and play very, very little on the guitar because you want that space. You want that sort of, ooh, it's a bit thunderously dangerous. So if we go back to that, and then I make sure I'm on my other effect, which is my main one here. I hope you can see that with my foot, which is high and low. So... La 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 la. That one. So it's I think it's the third up and a fourth down. If you wanted to do it, and of course this actually follows the guitar, so I don't have to program it for a key or anything. But it's turned off. I just have this echo reverb. There we go. So we go obviously into the full thing, and then I drop this one out. So here we go. Now by this point the audience know what it is. I wouldn't leave it this long. So there you go, that's off now. Writings on the wall. Just muted the guitar. Very superstitious. As I'm about to fall. And bring our harmonies in. 10-month-old baby. With that looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. Good things in your past. Now we've got a key change. So what we need to now do is obviously, if you believe in things that you don't understand, and it's that bit. So of course what I would do is I just drop out loops 2 and 3 at the appropriate point. So if you watch my feet very carefully as we do this, and then we can actually show you like how it's done. So I'm going to go from 7 years of bad luck. 7 years of bad luck. Good things in your past. You believe in things. Yeah. So I'll let that last bass. So I'll let that last bass line, bass note play. So if we go back into it. Off, off. Off, like that. Now, if I just went into that with the thing, if I went, if you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer, yeah. Or, if I've got the harmonies on, if you believe in things that... Let me try that again. If you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer, yeah. Superstition ain't the way. And on way, we just basically start all of them again. Superstition ain't the way. So, and obviously, when we get back to the verse, I turn the harmonies off. I've got a little bit of time there to 4 bars to actually play with it. So that is Superstition, Stevie Wonder, the loop pedal style. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening to. This is Halloween Tuesday Tunes, sponsored by DistroKid. That QR code will give you 7% off your first annual membership with DistroKid, who are a music distribution company. And you can release as much music as you want to, including covers if you want to as well. And I do have a video about that. It does cost a bit more if you want to release covers, but I'm actually on the Musicians Plus tier, which gives you 2 different artists. So there's me, and I've just released about 2 weeks ago the single called Stray. So Stray is out there now on major streaming platforms. And then also I released also with my mate Greg for Tokyo Wasteland. And Tokyo Wasteland are doing some stuff at the moment as well. So yes, so have a look at DistroKid. That's them over there. And thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. So if I do that, sponsored by DistroKid. There we go. Right, so let me go back over to the chat. Where are we? If you've got any questions regarding this, what I do, DistroKid, the live loop pedal workshop that's going to be at the end of November, but please, by all means, put that in the chat and I will answer said questions. With Tuesday Tunes, what we do is we play a song and then we break it down and show you how I've done it or how I've played it. I'm not saying that's how to play it, I'm just saying that's how I played it. It's as simple as that. Now, the one I actually started with was Human by Rag & Bone Man. Now, Rag & Bone Man's version of this, of course, is massive and it's got loads of different things. I do have a DistroKid myself and I've been a member for 2 years. It says, I don't know why, but the chat doesn't seem to be updating. Oh, no, it is updating. It's at the top. There we go. There we go. It came through. Yes, good. Fantastic. I want to hear all your stuff. Hello, everyone. Came over from CFM Rocks. Hello. Nice to meet you. So basically, we started the actual session with Rag & Bone Man. So I'm going to do that again and show you Rag & Bone Man, and then we're going to get into some, obviously some really Halloween-y tunes, and 1 or 2 I've not even ever played on a live stream, but I'm going to show you how I loop them, so it's going to be fun. So, this one is quite slow, so we start off with... That's your first loop, that's the drums, okay? Just realise you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Right, so the RC600 is basically a 1 bar loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1. Now, it's up to you how you do this. You can then record... Now, that's long, okay? That's quite a long recording if you can do it. But if you do it, it's going to be good because you can actually get the bass line in. Now, I know it's a long time to record it, but you could record it in afterwards. You don't have to do it on the first verse. For those who are interested, I'm playing in Dad Gad. This is in A minor. So A minor, just drop it down. Like slide between A minor and G. Then you're on F, D minor, and back to A minor. So if I was to actually record this on the loop, then what I would do is obviously bring this in, put this on part 2. So that's a recording. Now that's quite long. Now the other thing you could do at the same time is you could obviously sing a bass. And for those who are not aware, I sing my bass lines with a bass effect, which is this one. So it's totally up to you if you wanted to do something like that. And then obviously if you've got that there, that is the main verse and chorus. The only thing that's different is the bridge. Excuse me. So maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind. Think I can do this, see what's behind. Don't know to prove it, maybe I'm blind. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Let's go. Take a look in the mirror. What do you see? Can you see it clearer, or are you deceived? Don't you believe? I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Well, some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heaven above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Now I'm using an effect there basically, which is a harmony. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. So of course it takes the chord from the guitar and actually grabs it through. Oh, thank you very much. Nice. That's very kind of you. And then basically the only other part of this is the bridge, which of course is a completely different chord. So it's actually a C. I'm no prophet of Messiah. Should've got lucky somewhere higher. But you can really play with this because you've got the beat there. So imagine you've got basically it's a C, D minor, but because it's this dadgad, I can play just an open D, and it doesn't play the third of the either major or minor. So you can get away with it. So you can go. You can actually move your finger up one and go. So you can do it that way. Actually, let me just put this in a different format so you can see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Let's swap around. So the looper's at the bottom. Think of the looper at my feet. Okay, so this is in dadgad, so D, A, D, G, A, D. So if I go to there, that's a C with a D underneath. So I could either play it there and then put my finger just at the top here, and that is the D, D minor. And then A minor. And that's an E, but it's obviously on dadgad, it's a bit of a weird E. Now, the thing is, the trick is with this breakdown is you can't bring the looper in too early, because if you bring the looper in too early, you're going to get the chords out of sync. So you have to go, because of this on the actual track, it goes, I'm only human after all, I'm only human after all, don't put your blame on. And there is actually where the drums kick back in. But you're going to have to go, I'm only human after all, I'm only human after all, don't put your blame on me. Now, if you don't want to play with the chords again, then you're just going to go circling around that. Then you can bring the drums back in, no problem. So you can go, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. I'm only human, do what I can. I'm just a man, do what I can. Don't put your blame on me. I'm only human, when I can. I'm just a man, I do what I can. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on him. So I hope that makes sense. Question. Ooh, question. Boop. I see. Look at the writing that this. So there's a spooky thing for ReStream. I'm using ReStream for those who are interested. And there's a spooky thing, and what it's done, it's come up, and it's so cool that I can't read it. So you said, You see what he's using, honey? I miss my TC Helicon. Yes, baby. So, dear Santa, I've been a good boy this year. Now, you don't have to use the TC Helicon. If you've got a looper which has got effects on, then of course you can add the effects on here. I've got this bass line. And that's cool. I've also got... Oh, no, I changed it. I've got a bass here as well, so... And that's super, super deep. So it's a really deep bass line. So I can go through my effects if people want to know them. That's fine, I don't mind. So... Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you're just joining us, this is Tuesday Tunes. This is Halloween Tuesday Tunes. Oh yeah, look at the spooky pumpkins behind me. I'm being silly now. I'm going to just change the guitars and go over to, a normal guitar. So my red guitar is normally in Dadgad and the green guitar is in normal tuning. I say tuning. Tuned it up before and then it jumped out of tune, so we'll see what it sounds like then. Why do you carry two guitars, does everyone ask? Because I keep breaking strings when I retune it down to Dadgad. So for those who are interested, right down here in the corner where my foot is, sorry, I'm wearing black shoes, but basically right in the corner here is just a ABY switcher, and both guitars are plugged in on the side, so one is the other, and it's going into the TC Helicon. If I play this now, you can't hear it. Well, apart from through the microphone. Happy Halloween, everyone! Yeah, let's do that. Spooky! Happy Halloween, everybody! Spooky cough. Right, let's just get myself into some kind of order, shall I? Now, I've played this before, but I'm going to be dead honest and just completely open with everyone. I haven't played it in pretty much almost a year. So we're going to see how this goes, shall we? Working in the lab late one night, my eyes beheld a serious sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from the humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode. He did the mash, he did the monster mash. The monster mash, it was a graveyard smash. He did the mash, it caught on in a flash. He did the mash, he did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. Guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. Scene was rocking, oh, we're digging the sound. Ego unchanged, backed by his bay and his hound. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. They did the mash, they played the monster mash. The monster mash, it was graveyard smash. They played the mash, it caught on in a flash. They played the mash, it was the monster mash. Coffin the Dracula did bring. It seems troubled by one thing. It opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" He did the mash, he does the monster mash. The monster mash, it was a graveyard smash. He got the mash, it caught on in a flash. And now the mash, now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drag's part of the band. And my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. But when you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. He did the mash, did the monster mash. The monster mash, you can do the graveyard smash. You'll catch it on a flash. He did the mash, then you can monster mash. Everybody. He did the mash, he did the monster mash. The monster mash, caught on in a flash. He did the mash, it caught on in a flash. He did the mash, then the monster mash. Well then. I like that. That's cool. Monster Mash, nice. So yes, that was obviously the Monster Mash, Bobby Pickett. Obviously a classic Halloween one there, and I'm going to now show you how I did the looping for that. It's quite easy actually, if you're into looping, if you like it. Lots of fun to play with on this set, absolutely. It's real fun, and the thing is, you could actually, the chord structure is G, E minor, C, and D, so you could play around with a couple of other tunes if you wanted to. So just, it's very sort of like familiar for a lot of popular tunes. You could mash things together. Monster Mash. GP and his brain. Right, moving on. Let's go over to here. There we go. So you can see the looper more than me. So normal tuning, G, E minor, C, D. It just carries on round. Now, there was one bit that I slightly forgot, but there we go. And it's the monsters, the zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. And that's just C and D. I did forget that bit, never mind. But I kind of mashed it in. Mash, there you go again. Anyway, moving on. So, yes, it's a bit of fun, this one, because, of course, you can just start it. Now, from those who are familiar with what I do, I've obviously erased this. I'm going to bring it up again now so you can obviously start playing with it. So, I normally put some kind of rhythm down with my guitar. And I want... Think of the drums, think of the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I turn on my vocal harmony because it's looks like fun when playing goes out is tuning guitar. Yes, tuning guitar. If I press on this, this will give me the vocal harmonies, but I actually use it for drums as well because it's like 3 times me. Now, there's our drums. Let's put our guitar chords down. G. So there's G, E minor, C, and then D. Now, bass line. I just realised I probably did that different from last time. Now it's up to you. At this point, we can start singing. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. When my monster from its slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, now. Depending on how you've got your microphone set up, if you've got a separate microphone for looping, or you've got a separate microphone singing, you could do this where we go, he did the mash, the monster mash, he did the mash, he did the mash, dun, 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 dun. And of course, you could add that in as a separate thing. Now, I do that, but I do it after the first verse. The reason is because I don't really want to break it. People want to sing it. They want to go, suddenly, to my surprise. And I imagine you just didn't sing the chorus. So I sing the chorus first, and then I'll add that in before we go, from my laboratory on the castle east. And it's just so much fun to be talking like this all the way through the tune. It's good old fun, and I like it a lot. So then obviously we go, did the mash. And this is where I, again, use the harmonies. Did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. And you can do it like that. It's entirely up to you. So this is where obviously I'll bring this in now. I'll do the chorus, and then what I'll do is I'll do the he did the mash again, but this time I'm recording it. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. He did the mash. The monster mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. The monster mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. He did the mash. Now, one thing you've got to be aware of with this when you're playing it is he did the is actually bar 4, beat 3 and 4, okay? So when you're actually recording it down, you have to go all the way around again. You could go mash, And then you could start with mesh instead of, as opposed to he did the, and then of course you can record that on bar one, beat one. But it's a bit difficult when you're playing live as well. So when you're going to bring it back in for the chorus, you need to make sure that you're actually adding this on before bar one, beat one. You'll see what I mean when I go like this. Hear that? Mash, mash, mash. It's there, mash. So of course, if you're going Castle East, Vampire's Feast, from the humble bird, get a jolt from my electrode. He did the mash. You've just got to turn it on before bar one, beat one. I hope that makes sense to everyone. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. I love doing that. The graveyard smash. Just shake GP. It's real fun. Now, of course, the only other bit that I sort of forgot when I was doing it is this bit where we go, the zombies were having fun. He did the mash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The zombies were all having fun. The party has just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, stop the loop, and his son. Seamus rocking to a digging a sound, and Ego was changed back by his baying hound. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with a vocal group, the Crip Kicko 5. He did the mash, he did the monster mash, the monster mash. And you can carry on from there. And it's just a bit of fun. From that point on, pretty much, it's just basically G, E minor, C, and D all the way through. It's a great Halloween song and good fun to play. So there we go. How's everyone doing out there in Halloween land? Says JP. And if you want to know how I did that, I can show you. Hi. Welcome to the Halloween Tuesday Tunes. This is sponsored by DistroKid. These guys up here, the QR code there, if you're watching on a mobile device, then there's a link in the description box. That's really echoey. There we go. So if you are looking to actually release your own music or release covers as well, then you need a music distributor. You can't just walk up to Spotify's headquarters and go, can you play my stuff? You need a music distributor. So to be able to do that, what you do is you basically sign up with these guys. There's loads of music distributors out there, but these guys only charge you one price per year, which starts at $22.99. Now, with that link, and also the link that I'm about to bring up, this gives you 7% off your first annual membership with them. So it's Halloween, it's October. It's about to be November tomorrow, my goodness. So imagine all the music you can release now, Christmas, New Year, Easter, summer, Halloween, all in 1 year. You could release as much as you want. You could release a acoustic album, a live album. We did a live album. I've just released my new single 2 weeks ago called Stray. So you could release as much as you want to, singles, EPs, albums, one price per year, and it starts at $22.99 for one artist, and then with the link that's there and there and there and there, then you get 7% off your first annual membership. Thank you much to DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. The other thing as well is I'm getting lots of questions around about people want to sort of book me. I do bookings for tutorials and one-to-ones, and what I've decided to do, certainly for looping, is this. I'm doing the Loop Pedal Workshop. It's a 3-day online live event. It's going to be the 27th, 28th, and 29th of November. I nearly said October, then that was funny. 27th, 28th, and 29th of November. And then what you can do is you can actually book in. We're going to be doing 2 hours a day. There's going to be Q&As every day. I'm going to set your homework as well. And we're going to go into looping. Now, by the end of day 3, we're going to be talking about a loop setup, something like this. But on day 1, we're going to go back to looping 101. If you want to give this a click, it's $49. And then basically it means that by people booking onto that, it keeps my lights on. But also at the same time, you're getting a hell of a bargain. So it's 3 days. Now, if you can't make those 3 days, I'm doing it twice on the same day. So I'm doing it at 10 a.m. GMT and I'm doing it at 5 p.m. GMT for day 1, day 2, and day 3. So by doing that, whoa, what did I just do to the camera? There we go. So what happens when you wave your hand around with a AI camera that can track you. So I'm going to be doing this where basically you can join, you can ask your questions. I've got loads of content to give you, loads of tips and tricks to get you elevated on loop pedaling. If you've just got your first loop pedal, maybe you're thinking about getting one for Christmas, or maybe you're thinking about getting into the world of looping. This is going to be a great insight because the replays, if you can't make it, will be available forever. I'm not going to be deleting the replays like a week after you get into the course or anything like that. You'll be able to go in, watch the replays, and come back to it, and there's going to be loads of examples in the actual workshop so you can practically follow along, or you could take it and apply it to what you're doing. So that's my loop pedal workshop. Obviously, if it gets really popular, because there's quite a few people signing up already, if it gets really popular, then we're going to have a look at doing it again, maybe once every 2 months, or maybe even monthly, if it gets really popular. So that's that QR code over there. And that's DistroKid. There we go. Thank you very much. Right, let's get back over to some stuff, shall we? Say hello in the chat. Say happy Halloween in the chat, which we've already had here. Happy Halloween, everyone. Lovely. Hope you've got all your stuff ready, and your pumpkins, and your costumes, and the sweets for the kids, and all that jazz. I wish this cough would go away. It'd be really helpful if it did. Moving on. Let's go over to here. There we go. Right, let's put the chat back on the screen. Oh, that's, yeah, this does a weird thing. When I put the chat on the screen and I take it away again and bring it back, it gets rid of the rest of the chat. So everyone quickly say hi, and then we've got a chat that looks good, if you don't mind. Does everyone go, hi, happy Halloween? Everyone type happy Halloween in the chat right now. That'd be really nice. Now then, I'm not ready for that song yet. What song is it, JP? Well, I'm going to tell you. Let's do this one. It would help if I put the guitar off mute. Happy Halloween. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many men's soul and faith. And I was around when Jesus Christ had his moments of doubt and pain. Made sure, I'm sure that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his fate. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia screamed in vain. But a tank held the general's rank when the Blitzburg rage and the bodies stand. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. That's what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Watch the man watch with glee riot kings and queens. Well, test decades for the gods they made. Shoot him who killed the Kennedys. Oh, you and me. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. Oh, what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. What's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Just as every cop is a criminal, all the sinners saints. The head tells, call me Lucifer, 'cause I'm in need of some restraint. So if you meet me, have some courtesy, have some sympathy, have some taste. Use all your warm and politenesses, or I'll lay your soul to waste. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. What's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. What's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Tell me, baby, what's my name, yeah? Guess my name, yeah. Tell me, baby, what's my name? Can you tell me, guess my name? Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. What's troubling you is the nature of my game. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. What's troubling you is the nature of my game. So that was Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. A little bit of a ad-lib there at the end as well. So this one is a bit of an interesting one because there's a couple of chords that work with the whoop-whoops and there's a couple of chords that don't work with the whoop-whoops. So we're going to erase that and we're going to do it again and show you how it was done. So nice little Sympathy for the Devil Halloween-y songy. So So we're going to obviously start with our beat. One thing about me is that when I do beats and I do stuff, when I play it, I normally don't play things twice the same. Obviously, this is just how I loop it. I'm not telling you how to loop it. I'm just showcasing you what I do. I hope that makes sense to everyone. And then you've got a D. This is in normal tuning. D, C, G, D. Now, I know that's wrong. Technically, it's wrong. It's wrong key. But my voice can't handle the original. So so I've changed it over to like D, C, G, D. Now sometimes I can even play that on the DadGad as well, because the DadGad's in D. And it sometimes sounds quite nice, it's cool. But obviously the A is a bit of a strange one. So, pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. So when you get back to obviously the chorus, it's A. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my, and then D, name. And then what's puzzling you, which is an A, nature, G, D. Now we turn obviously off the chords for that, but it's easier to put the chords down for the verse than, you want to keep that rolling around. So we'll go obviously with the chords and we'll add these in. Now we'll add our bass line in. Now again, you can play it in. I sing my bass lines. So this is where it gets a bit weird, because the thing is, of course, you can add in the whoop woos straight away. Now to save time, I use the harmony and I just play a D to let it know that it's a D, and then I can go hoo 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 hoo, and that's about it. But if you play through the chords, hoo 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 hoo, the harmonies change ever so slightly, but it does work if you just want to do the one. Depends on what you want to do. Now the nice thing about this is you can obviously leave the oohs in. We can obviously put them in first and then take them out. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. Been around for a long, long year. Still many men sold faith. I was around when Jesus Christ at his moment of doubt and prayer made sure, I'm sure, that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his fate. Do you notice what I did there? I went into actually bar one, beat one, because there's an extra chord there. And then you've got to be careful, because if you do that, you're out of sync with the chords that you've recorded. However, obviously going into pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. If you've only got one oohs, that'll work quite well. So let me bring this back in again. We're going to go into bar one, beat one, and then I'm going to turn off track 2, which has got all the chords on. But we've got our oohs. Washed his hands, sealed his fate. Sorry, I'll do that again. Now you have to stop it there because if you don't, you're already out of sync. So this is the nice thing about stopping and starting. Just all start, all stop. Sorry, there we go. That's the nice thing about stopping and starting. You can all start and all start, stop. So let me just do it. If I didn't do that, let me do it wrong. Like literally do it wrong, so you get the idea of what I mean. So we go. Meet you. Hope you guess my name. Bring the D's back in. Hope you guess my name. And I'm calling you as the nature of my game. See, I'm completely out of sync. So you need to make sure you stop it and start it. So when we go, sorry if that sounded awful, but I need to make sure that you got that right. So we go, nice to meet you, have you guessed my name? And then you go, troubling you is the nature of my game. Now it's on bar 1, beat 1, stop, and. So then you're in. So then you're back in sync with yourself because you've stopped it and started it. And when you stop it and then start it again, it goes back to bar 1, beat 1. I hope that makes sense because it's a bit of a weird one. You can use the D on bars 4 and bar 1 to be on the hope you guessed my name and nature of my game bit. So you've still got a bit of a bass line in the chorus, but you're deliberately out of sync with yourself. And then because you're deliberately out of sync with yourself, you have to change it pretty damn quickly. So this is, let me just swap that over, hang on. There we go. So it's basically being able to be out of sync with yourself, so you've got the D's in the right place for the chorus, and then you have to turn it off and turn it back on again to be back on bar 1, beat 1 for the whole loop. So it's a little bit of a confusing one, but it's worth it if you get the timing right on it, because you know, it's a good song, it's a good fun song, and everyone likes to whoop, whoops, whoops, whoops. Everyone likes doing that. Now, I've actually got 2 more songs for you, but the 2 more songs I'm going to do are a bit of fun, because it depends on how you want to do this. Now, there's a million ways to do this first song. Because if I've just got an acoustic guitar and a looper, I can do a lot, but there's a lot of little bits and twiddly bits in this song. But it is a classic Halloween song. In the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Everyone. Is it something weird and it don't look good? Who you gonna call? running through your head. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Who you gonna call? I'm afraid of no ghost. I'm afraid of no ghost. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Oh no, pick up the phone and call. Huh. Who you gonna call? An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Who you gonna call? If you're seeing things run through your head, who you gonna call? Let me tell you something. It makes me feel good. I'm afraid of no ghost. I'm afraid of no ghosts, yeah. Who you gonna call? You had a ghost of a freaky ghost. You better call. Let me tell you something. This makes me feel good. Call louder. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. So, this one's a weird one again. But it's a lot of fun because it's not the correct chords, but it's easier to play like this. Because if you were to do the, it's like, and then you need to like a B, sort of like, so it's actually just easier just to mess with it a little bit. Still sounds all right, I think. But you've got, obviously, track one, I normally do my sort of like drums. I've got the bass, and then, but I normally add the chords in on this. So. So this is in normal tuning. This is D, C, G, D, C, G, D, C, G, D, C, G. That's the main riff, the main thing. D, G, C, D, G, C. And that's kind of it. But then just adding that. Now, of course, if you're a proficient guitar artist, then of course you can play that over the top. I can't. I just sing. So I don't just sing, but you know what I mean. So I use my radio thing, a radio effect, which is quite fun for this. A bit silly, but it's fun. That's pretty much it. Now, the actual I ain't afraid of no ghost, as I say, is a D minor. If you want to play it properly. And then to B5. And then I think it's a G. So what I do is I just take the B5 out. So I go. And I just play the C again. You could put the D minor in there if you wanted to. So if you wanted to make it nice and simple, with a C chord, with the C9, I do a C9 with the two fingers at the top there. You could drop your finger down from to there. So you can go, oh sorry, minor. And then add the G on. And do it like that. Now that's obviously looping this in a multi-phrase mode where everything's playing at the same time. The alternative you could do is you can actually do this in a single phrase mode where you've got different things going on, so one thing turns off, one thing turns on. So you could have it where, say, this is the beat and it's going all the way through, this is the and then you've got this as a breakdown. But what I do is I very simply just turn these off and then just have the beat going and just play full bore, just kind of like... and just do it like that. And also I do keep it major as well. I know it's meant to be, but I don't know, I just like it major if I'm honest. And then of course you can just, I'm afraid of no ghosts. Afraid of no ghosts. You also notice I won't actually sing Ghostbusters quite a lot because if you do it live, you go, who are you going to call? And it's like music Tourette's. People go, Ghostbusters! They just love doing it. So if you've got a gig this week or you're doing a Halloween gig, D, C, G, and then obviously just mess around with that. And you can obviously just add in a little bit of Ghostbusters in there. One fun thing to do with this one is you can mix Ghostbusters with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So if you will indulge me for a second. Oh, West Philadelphia, born and raised at the playground is where I spend most of my days. Till now, decks and relaxing all cool and soon some people outside of school. A couple of guys, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You moving with your auntie and uncle Bella." I mean, at this point, you're playing Ghostbusters, so, you know, if you want full-on cheese and full-on fun, then you can always add that in, because it literally is... just a little bit of fun there. So that is Ghostbusters, but also you can do the old Fresh Prince if you want to add it in, which is fun. Now, I'm just going to do one thing. Goodbye, pumpkins. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, what did I do there? Oh, that's why. Let's try that again. Goodbye, pumpkins. So, hi. If you're just joining us, where have you been? How dare you be late? I'm joking. Obviously, this is Halloween Tuesday Tunes, sponsored by DistroKid. That is the QR code. It's also in the description box below for releasing as much music as you want to. I know it's Halloween, but why on earth am I hunching? It's weird, isn't it? So, of course, if you want to obviously release as much music as you want to, you can be releasing it through these guys, DistroKid, and they help you release it all the way through the world. So let's put up our little thing, which is here. So if you've got live music you want to release, then obviously this is sponsored by DistroKid. There's a link that's on the screen. It's also in the description box. It's that QR code, and it gives you 7% off your first annual membership with DistroKid, which means you can release as much music as you want to for 2023 and going into 2024. Thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. This is Halloween Tuesday Tunes. Anyway, moving on. So I just want to say thank you very much, obviously, for if you joined us this afternoon. It's a bit of fun. And then later on, I'll be making sure the pumpkin is outside for the kids to go and see. This song, I thought, well, can I do it? Can I not do it? And it's a bit of a weird one. So I'm going to change guitars, and then we'll see if we can pull it off. Cables. So is everyone ready for Halloween? Are you having fun? I hope so. As most of you know, I like things in D. And if you didn't know that, by the way, I like things in D. Right then. I'll be back in just a minute. Technical thing. One sec. I'm still here and just sorting something out. That's what happens when you're live. There we go. Hi. Right, let's put this back the way it was. There we go. And we're going to go with that way. There we go. looking in the dark. Under the moonlight, see a sight that almost stops your heart. Try to scream, terror takes a sound before you make it. Start to freeze, this horror looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed. This is thriller night. This is thriller night. You're fighting for your life, not a killer tonight. You hear the door slam, realize there's nowhere left to run. You feel the cold hand, wonder if you'll ever see the sun. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination. You're out of time, but all the while you're creeping up behind. You're out of time. This is thriller night. There ain't no second chances, then you kill them for the eyes. This is thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer tonight. Nature's calling, the dead start to walk in that masquerade. There's no escaping the jaws of rebellion inside. Listen and end to your life. To get you, demon closing in on every side. They will possess you unless you change your number on your dial. Now's the time for you and I to cuddle close together. All through the night, I'll save you from the terror of the scream. I'll make you sing, 'cause this is thriller night. 'Cause I can thrill you more than any ghoul would dare to try. And this is thriller night. Let me hold you tight and shout a killer tonight. This is thriller night. You're fighting for your life in the night. And this is thriller night. You're thrilling more than I would try. 'Cause this is thriller night. And I can thrill you more than any ghost would dare to try. 'Cause this is thriller night. And I can tell you right. Killer, thriller, I'm gonna thrill you tonight. So there we go. So that is a rendition. It's probably the best way I could put it. A rendition of Thriller. And this is actually just a very sort of low, cool, sort of like, hi Sam, a low kind of thing. I'm gonna just do this because it's like looks spooky and I like it. Look at the wording on that. Hi, it's all good. So yeah, so this is Thriller, but obviously just slightly changed. So I'm playing it in Dadgad, and this I'm playing it in D. And then with Dadgad, of course, it's D-A-D, G-A-D, and there's no major or minor if you just play it open. So of course you can go Thriller, light. If I play it off here, there's your minor. There's your major. There's your minor. So this is D minor. It's close to midnight and something evil's looking on the dog. Now you don't have to do that G there, but I just think it's quite nice. Under the moonlight, you see the number almost stop your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes a sound before you make it. You start to freeze. This horror looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed. That's A minor. And then this is D minor, F, F, G, D. So this thriller night. Right, so F, G, D. Thriller night. No one's gonna save you from the beast. Now the thing is, you can either do this in two different ways. It depends on how you want to play it. This is very acoustic, but you can obviously, it's the official, if I was doing it in D, is G and then G minor 7. So, no one's gonna save you from the beat and the land. This thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a, and then killer thriller tonight is basically A sharp, 7, G7, and then back to the D. So it's a bit weird because A sharp is like there, so. But it sounds weird with a D on it, so. Apologies, that's A sharp 7. You can go, you're fighting for your life instead of you can do something like that. Now the looping of this is actually really simple. So we've got a beat. You've got that wonderful bass line. And that's it. That is all the looping that you need. And then, of course, some of it works through the chords anyway. This is thriller night. So you get that lovely and then you can still have that going through when you're playing the G as well. So it's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Or it's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Creative choices. It's up to you how you do it. Obviously, there's loads more chords in this, and you've got the spoken bit at the end. But yeah, obviously, it depends on what you want to do. But yeah, that's obviously Thriller from Michael Jackson. Very good question. Oh, that text. I can barely read it. I just ordered that expression pedal. What, this one right here? It's very useful. Does it need a 1/4 inch? Yes, it does. It does. It needs TRS 1/4 inch. The reason it needs TRS, let me just change this over. Boop. And whoop. There we go. The reason it needs TRS is because it needs signals to tell it when to go up and down. So you may notice there are actually using a mini jack connector, which is actually up here as well. And it's an old camera connection because it was like a little corded one. And I just use a mini jack to 1/4 inch adapter. I should get some proper ones, but I want to get ones that are really flat and get them. So yes, it does. It needs a 1/4 inch TRS adapter, definitely, 100%. So the question is, how would you loop this? There's loads of different ways. I know loads of people who kind of like do like the full track and things like that. And I'm like, well, how would you loop Thriller? Thriller is such a big sound as well. The production obviously is really massive. And of course, it depends on what you're doing. To answer Dan's question, does it control your sound, your volume? Yes, it does, but it doesn't control the volume of the guitar or the microphone. It controls the volume of the loops. I actually did a video about that. I brought a video out, so if you go to the channel, you can find it out. And I actually changed it so it'll control the volume of the loops. Let me show you. That was awful. So this way, I can still carry on talking or sing and play. And if you're doing this in time, you can have some fun with it. You can also do your own fades, he says. There we go. But it is a mini pedal, so you have to be careful with it. The reason why I have it is because I actually have it so if I get into a place and it's absolutely booming like halfway through the set or something, I can pull it down a little bit, or I'll do something creatively. So I'll obviously, if I'm doing something like without having to do you got to get your timing right. So it's quite useful for things like that. And obviously doing your own fades as well, which is really cool. So, where have you gone? There you are. Trying to find something while I'm just twiddling around there. So if you obviously do like the content of this live stream, then let me know by smashing the like button, and that also tells the fun people over at Facebook and YouTube and all the other places that you like it. That would be really handy for me. Thanks. You know when you're trying to find something and you just can't find it. And no, that's not it. So if you have a look at the very corner, you can see I've got an iPad here. There it is. And you'd find it eventually. Right then, so. Lovely. Two. Gonna do that again. See, sometimes we mess up and it's fine. We just start again. Anyway, haven't done that in a while. And it's far too fast as well. So that one is Ed Sheeran's Shivers, very simply F sharp, D, A, E. Piers, ahoy, happy Halloween. You wanted something scary? There you go. There's a scary tune for you. Done by me. And yes, it sounds like there's two of me. Never noticed, really. Blah, 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 blah. Can't really sing. Wanna be that guy? Wanna kiss your eyes? Wanna drink that smell? Wanna feel like I'm? So that one is obviously just 4 chords all the way through, but having a little bit of a fun with this, I do have a Shivers high up on the TC Helicon. Somebody go, where are you? Oh, I love it when you do it like that, and when you're closer, you gave me shivers. And when we turn this on, oh, I love it when you do it like that, when you're closer, you give me shivers. So that's a nice little effect there, just obviously an octave higher, and change the form into like a little bit, so obviously it sounds a little bit feminine, a little bit lighter, as it were. So that's a good one. It's one for the laughs. Right, one sec. Something was about to go into power save mode. So I just need to turn that back off. And I've now wrapped my cable around. There we go. Boop. 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 So just one thing before we finish up, because we are going to finish up in a minute. I know obviously a couple of people have just joined us now, but we are going to finish up. We obviously started at 2 o'clock. This has been Halloween Tuesday Tunes. And this is sponsored by DistroKid, and that QR code has been there pretty much the entirety of the time. However, one thing I want to draw to your attention while I turn my reverb off, there we go, that's better, is a new thing that I'm going to be doing at the end of November, which is this. This is the Loop Pedal Workshop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live for 3 days and for 4 hours a day. 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon here in the UK, and that way, depending on where you live in the world, you'll be able to catch me. So we're going to do a loop pedal workshop. It's $49 for the entire 3 days. So for people who have been asking me, can we do tuition? Can you give you a call? Can you help me with looping? I do one-to-one tuition, and that one-to-one tuition it's 90 minutes for $197, and I do that. It's on my website. You can book me, no problem at all, if you want one-to-one. However, lots of people are asking me, can we do this? And I thought, well, do you know what? Why don't we all do it together? And that way we can learn from each other as well as from me. So the Loop Pedal Workshop is going to be available for, I'd say, $49 for the entirety. And the other thing as well is that because you've paid for it, I'm going to put the sessions, the live sessions, they're going to get uploaded to the workshop. So therefore you can go back in and watch them. Now, I'm not going to actually delete the sessions. So they're going to be there forever. You can basically go back in a year from now and they'll still be there, I hope, from the system that I use. So the idea behind this is obviously you guys can collab together and talk about looping together, but also at the same time, what it means is that you guys can obviously learn a little bit more. So if you click that, there's a QR code. There's also a link in the description box as well for the Loop Pedal Workshop. If you haven't found that link, all you need to do is go to my website, which is johnpaulmusic.co.uk. There we go. Spooky writing down there. johnpaulmusic.co.uk, and as you scroll down, you'll see courses. You will then see the Loop Pedal Workshop. It's going to be on the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th of November. So that's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. For the morning sessions, and then 5 p.m. for the evening sessions. So even if you're in the UK and you're like, 10 a.m. I'm in work, we're going to start at 5 p.m. as well. So even if people in the US, they'll be able to obviously grab this as well. So, it's a 3-day thing. We're going to do something different on each of the 3 days. I've got lots of content to give you. And then I've a couple of people, obviously quite a few people signed up already. And then if it's getting obviously popular, we'll start doing the Loop Pedal Workshop maybe even once every 2 months or maybe even once a month, depending on how popular it is. Because quite a lot of people have taken me up on that offer, which is quite good. So I'm quite happy about that. That's the QR code for that. That's DistroKid. Thank you for DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. I think what I'm going to do, just for fun, is I'm going to end the live stream with the song that we were doing before, which is just a bit of fun. So let me just change the guitar over. I hope you're all ready for Halloween. Hope you've got your costumes. I thought I'd wear orange today because, it's a little bit like a pumpkin. I'm a pumpkin! Even though this is my Australian T-shirt, but never mind. So I played this before, but do you know what? I like it so much, I'm going to play it again. And I'll bring up the... there we go. Let's just do that. I'll bring up the looper. Let's just do that. There we go. Let's bring it up like that. So for those who are interested in playing this, if you've got a gig, if you've got a Halloween gig, this is G, E minor, C, and D. Pretty much. Apart from the bridge, which is just C and D. And thank you very much for listening to me. This is Halloween Tuesday Tunes, sponsored by DistroKid. Enjoy. lab late one night, when my eyes beheld curious sight. The monster from his slab began to rise. Suddenly, my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. Did the mash. The monster mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. The monster mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. The monster mash. He did the mash. He did the mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from the humble abode to get a jolt from my electrodes. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. Monster mash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. Zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman and Dracula and his son. Mash. Come and the land is dark. Oh, the only thing I see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as slow as you stand by me. Scene was rocking, or were digging a sound. I go on the chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crib King of Five. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my transfer twist?" Mash. The mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. Now everything's cool, now Drac's part of the band. My monster mash is a hit of the land. You, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. With the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the mash. So thank you very much. Have a fantastic Halloween, whatever you're doing, whether you're going out, whether you are trick-or-treating, whether you are being the trick-or-treater. Have a wonderful evening. We will see you all next week, where we are obviously coming back to a little bit more looping, but have a lovely evening. Bye! Whoa. Jamie, don't forget to subscribe and press the like button.